Good morning, everybody.
I'm very pleased to be here and to be one of the speakers. We've got a great number of excellent speakers in the series of VAS talks. I'm only a very unimportant one. I'm only doing this because I'm already with you. And I like what I do here. Let me tell you. So my name is Marcel Van Miert. I am from the Netherlands. The Netherlands is smaller probably than Ho Chi Minh. It's not very big. We have 15 million people. So where am I from? Because you think, wow, there he is, foreigner, international, and everything. But I was born in this village. And that is really what VAS talk is about. How can you find your passion, your way, your direction? And I'm going to tell you about how I did that. So what to do, where to. So when I'm young, I play the drums. I play in a number of bands. My passion is music. I think I'm going to be a rock star. I changed my mind. As you, all of you, will change your mind many times. So then, I become a footballer. I'm a good footballer. But when I was young, it's not really a career. More a hobby. Today, it's a career. But in those days, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it my career. So, when I'm getting older, I think I'm going to be a businessman. That's what I want to be. And that's where I started to think about what I want to do. My passions, I speak German, French, English, and Dutch. All of those languages I had at school. Because in Holland, in the Netherlands, we learn languages. The reason we learn languages is because we are a very small country. Nobody speaks our language. So, our history is about getting on a boat, and I'm talking 1600, 1500, i.e. 600, 700 years ago. The people from the Netherlands get on a boat and sail all over the world. That is where my culture started to be interested in speaking languages, going abroad, and being interested in business. We always trade. We buy and sell things. We even, maybe not so good now, but in those days we even buy and sell countries. Whole countries. Can you believe that? So, everybody know New York, right? Everybody know Brooklyn? Yes. So if I say to you, I am from Brooklyn, what do you say? No? I'll tell you, I am from that very small village. I'll show you the picture, right? It's called Breukelen. The people from the Netherlands in 1672 get on a boat to America and they make a small village called Brooklyn with the English Queen. We give her New Amsterdam and they give us Indonesia. But that is the history, going abroad. Then, when I got a bit older, I see everybody getting rich, making money. So I want to become a banker. You see that man there? Who wants to be a banker? Not many people now, right? Oh, one. Be a good banker. So, what do I end up doing? I go into education management. I manage and improve business schools, universities, schools, colleges, all over the world. From Russia to China, from America, South America. I've probably traveled to 60, 70 countries all over the world. And how did I do that? I speak the languages in Holland. I find Holland very small. My village, 3,500 people. I live there until I'm 21. And then I go to London to study business. And from there I see the world. I find my passion. I love to do different things. See the world, try new things, and take a risk. Don't worry about falling over, slipping up. I find one of the things in Vietnam is people worry about taking a risk, losing face. Try something. My whole life I try something. I go from a small village in Breukelen to one of the biggest cities in the world, London. I'm completely on my own. And then I travel to every country that I've been to. The Far East, the Middle East, the US. And every time you try something new, you take a risk. So learn something new every day. I come to Vietnam, I love Vietnam. I learn something new. I know things about Vietnam that I didn't know before. See something different. Go and try things that you thought you would never do. Now don't get me wrong. When I say take a risk and try something new, don't try the stupid things, right? Yeah? So when it comes to drugs and that sort of thing, I'm not talking about that. So try something, see something different, learn something new. Take a risk. And if you do that, you will find your passion. I always thought I was going to be a pop star, then a footballer, then a businessman, then a banker. And I ended up in education. I love my job. I love what I do. I didn't plan it. My journey took me there. By trying something new, taking a risk, seeing different things. So, try. Take a risk, and you'll be fine. So I thank you for listening, and I thank you also in Vietnam for your hospitality. I've enjoyed every minute that I've been here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, join the stage. Please welcome former dancer, Miss Anh Phương. She will bring another story. And check it out. What is it? Anh Phương, welcome. A big hand for her, please.
Good morning, dear teachers and students. When I was 4 years old, I started drawing my first picture. And until now, my parents still wonder why a little girl who was only 4 years old could constantly draw for 5 hours a day. And in my memory right now, I still remember the image of myself lying on the floor, using old colors for my sister, being highly concentrated to draw. Even by my side, my mother kept saying like, "You should better be a businesswoman like me." But to a little girl, it doesn't matter if I can be the greatest artist in the world or not. I would just feel happy and satisfied. And right now, even I don't have much time to draw anymore, seeing my improvements, I felt like I'm truly lucky because I found my passions. So have you ever wondered where and what is your passions? I mean the passion that makes you happy every time you do it. The passion that you think about it at the earliest moments of the day and at the latest moment before you go to sleep. Many people underestimate the power of passions. But as I told you once, and I told you, as I told you once, and I told myself hundreds of times, Passion has the true magical power to awake the true potential within you. And I believe that it's a pity if we cannot find our passions and we refuse to follow it. My road to achieving the RMIT full scholarship would never be complete without my passions for communications. When I wrote my personal statement is a letter you wrote about yourself and your goals to show the university that you're truly interested in that program and you want to get the scholarship. I remember I sat 8 hours writing that personal statement, which mainly expressed my desire in learning professional communication at that university. And I believe that that letter truly helped me to impress the school and to help me get the scholarship. Living for passions is living for yourself, but you can't just live alone. I remember that I once heard this really famous saying, you can take a man out of his country, but you can never take the country out of his heart. My dad told me that no matter how successful we'll be in the future, but we will never fully grow up without national pride. In the letter that our executive chairman, Marcel Van Miert, wrote to VAS students on the occasion of the new school year, I strongly believe that national pride is not about learning all the poems in a fluent manner or singing all the national anthem in a fluent manner, but it's the way we proudly show the other cultures that we, the Vietnamese students, are the promising future owner of our country. And the best way to show our national pride is by chasing our dreams, chasing our passions, and taking actions to achieve those. So be like Steve Jobs always says, stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry so that you will always keep yourself chasing for your dreams, fighting your passions, and stay foolish enough to stick to those passions and never give up no matter how hard it would be. And the last important thing, don't ever forget who we are. We are not on the limited editions of ourselves, but we are also the promising future owners of our beloved country, Vietnam. Thank you for listening.
So, ladies and gentlemen, students, on behalf of VAS students, we have music performance as a gift sent to our special speaker, Marcel Van Miert, today. Welcome Happy with the song Tôi là người Việt Nam, I am Vietnamese. Let's hear your words. One question for Marcel. So, working for VAS in 3 years, what is your opinion about VAS students and the Vietnamese young in general?
Well, one of the reasons why I stayed longer than a few months, because first I came here, I was only going to help for a few months, was the passion and the people of Vietnam. I see a country with great ambitions, very good work ethic, and a passion to be part of the world and to make Vietnam a better place for everybody. That excited me to help VAS to get better. My passion in life is to make things better. So I've tried, and with the team here, you know, all the employees, everybody, we try to make VAS better so that you, all of you, can be better, and so that Vietnam can be better.
Thank you. Okay, so next question for Andrew. You seem to be a young Vietnamese, and what do you think about what the young should care about the fashion event happening in society, and why?
Yes, thanks for your question. Vietnam is a developing country, and as a first-year university students, I witnessed many rough times of our country, from international conflicts to many alarming problems in the country, like the food hygiene and safety. But I think that the most considerable problem that the youth should pay attention to is the unemployment rates in Vietnam. There's a depressing fact at the end of the year 2015 is our country has 225,000 bachelors and masters who are unemployed. And I think that it's not only the responsibility of our educational system, also the mistake of our high school students who underestimate the importance of finding their suitable career and program they will choose in the university. I see at foreign countries, students often do research about their passions and the career that they are going to use in the future at a very early age. But in our country, I think the reason is that students in Vietnam often choose the popular career without thinking about do they like it or not, or do they suitable for it or not. And we are chasing for our dreams, not chasing for others' dreams. The others succeed in that career doesn't mean that we are going to succeed at that career too. Therefore, I want to emphasize the importance of finding your passions. We should highly consider about which job we want to do in the future, and then later we choose the program matching to that career in university. And I believe that the sooner high school students prepare, the better the future will be.
Thank you very much. So the key message to our students today is verify their passion as soon as possible and focus to the passion and just follow for it. Go for it. Is it? Yeah, thank you.
And Mr. Marcel, can I have a question about being an executive chairman of a company and being a father? So how could you get balance between the child education and your work life?
Well, that's quite difficult, right? I have a son and a daughter. They're now old, right? 23 and 19. One already working, one at university. The other one has already finished university. But when I started work, my children were very young. I traveled all over the world. So I probably was not there as often as I would have liked. Most parents of VAS students, I wanted to make sure my children had a better life and a great education. So I worked hard. I spent a lot of time away working, but I made sure they went to the best schools and the best universities so that they could do better. When you talk about work-life balance, maybe it wasn't always good. It's better now, but you have to think in your life about what is important. I could have had a better work-life balance and be home more, but maybe I wouldn't have done so well for my children. And that, I think, is where all of you have to make choices in your life. And you've got to believe in those choices. So when I look back, would I like to spend more time with my little boy, my little girl when they were smaller? Sure, because you cannot get that time back. But do I regret it? No, because the time that I wasn't there, I did other great things that helped my family.
So your thinking made me believe that the parents who's the teenagers, first teachers to step up their life in the future. So we should have the harmony cooperation between the school education and the parents at home, so that we can give a good achievement or a good successful for our children. Thank you.
I think for all the students here, right, and listen to this, you need to be responsible to your parents who every day go to work to pay for school fees.
So students, can you hear that?
Yeah. Remember that. You've got to be responsible to yourself for your passions. But you've got a responsibility to study hard and work hard. Because in how old? Well, in 10, 15 years time, you might have children. And think about that. What would you want them to do?
I have a question for you, Marcel. Could you please share with us what has you the most satisfactions in your business life?
I think the most satisfaction in my business life is very simple. Every place I've worked at, I have left it being a better place. So when I look back, my time that I spent there made things better and created a better working environment, a better study environment with more successful students. So that has always been something that has made me very happy, because one of the difficulties in working in management or business is that you cannot touch it. When you are an artist and you draw a beautiful drawing or a painting, you can see it, you can touch it, but when you work with people, with management, you cannot touch it, but you can feel and see the improvement. So for me, I want to leave VAS at some point when I feel my work is done, with a great education system of the MOET program and the Cambridge program, where all of our students speak fluent English and are fluent in Vietnamese, understand their national pride and responsibilities, but are ready for the international world. And that most of these students can choose whatever you want to be, either here in Vietnam or somewhere else in a foreign country.
And Uncle, I want to ask you another question. So, achieving the full scholarship of IMIT University can be seen as remarkable in your student life. So, which is your goal in communication at the university?
Thank you for the question. Yeah, you're welcome. Until now, it is still hard for me to express my appreciation to the scholarship. But with the support from the scholarship, I'll be much more confident to accomplishing my next goals in life and devoting my time, my ability, and my effort in the community I will be working and studying with. And I'm looking forward to gaining a more in-depth knowledge of what it means to be a professional communicator and a great leader who can not only articulate ideas to others, but also can collaborate well with teammates. From that point, I will be able to spread my voice further, not only in the university campus, but also in the society.
Wow, such a big dream. Yeah.
And guys, it's the time for you to raise your question to our special guest today. Remember, there will be 3 gifts for you. Alright.
So, first thing first, thank you Mr. Marshall for bringing us here. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So, me and my fellow would like to give you a thank you. Once again. And second of all is my question. So, during the time being of your career, how would you say, like, would you just go for your ambitions without proper goal, or you just set up your plan and work it really properly?
First of all, thank you very much for your kind words. I think, everybody talks about a dream. And I know that lots of you probably don't have a dream, right? You don't know what you want to be. There are too many choices. So, my view is very simple. I didn't really have a dream. Sure, I had little dreams. Become a footballer, become a pop star, whatever. But I modified my dreams and my passions as I gained new experiences. I'm very simple in that. Try new things, gain experiences, and you will form your dream. Because it's very difficult just sitting here going, I want to be this, I want to be that. And I know also lots of people so my dream was to be a banker, right? So 15 years ago, which I didn't tell you, I was a banker for 2 years. I run a big fund business, okay, in London. I hated it. So my dream when I was a young boy was to become a banker. I go and work in education, in universities and schools, and then somebody says to me, would you like to be CEO of this banking company? I said, okay, because I told you, take a risk, try something new, and I hated it. So I went back to education. And this is also in life, try something, because when you are old, this is going to happen to everybody. Do you want to have any regrets? So my thing is, I don't want to have any regrets of not having tried something that I want to try. So find your passions during your life and try the things you want to do and do the things you want to do. Don't wait until it's too late.
For my second question, so, in the scenario that you would get 50-50, once you double everything or you lost everything. So what would you do if, like, there are chances are you could risk it all and double everything you have, or you lost everything you have in the meantime as well? So what you gonna do? Kind of, that is like taking a risk or play safe.
It's a very good question. I think that it's definitely going to be a winning question, right? I think it depends on your personality. Are you a gambler or not? I have never been a gambler. I am a very bad gambler. One. The second point is, do you have responsibilities, yes or no? And do you take them seriously? So, my personality, I'm not a gambler. Secondly, I have lots of responsibilities. People I have to look after. My wife, my children, my family. So, would I gamble? No. But, if I was on my own, with no responsibilities, then I might. So, it's about circumstances. But the thing that you also allude to is calculated risk. So what is the risk that you are taking in trying something different? And this is what I said to you when I gave you my speech. Take a risk, but don't be stupid. Right? So everybody will come to these types of decisions. Am I going to gamble it? Or am I going to play it safe? So you will have to find what is risky for you, what is not risky for you. And that is really what it is all about.
Thank you very much. All right.